This time I followed a simple rule. For an anime to be included in this list, either the main character or any of his or her loved interests should be a prince or a princess. So grab your royal crowns because here are 10 romance anime with royalty. Let's go!
触ってる本人がそれ言いますか？あなたのはもう慣れちゃいましたし、気になるならそっちが自重してください。
We can start things from the POV of a prince who has daddy issues. Or to be more specific, he can't be a daddy. Prince Oscar is cursed with infertility by a witch and desperately needs a solution. His only hope is the powerful witch of the Azure Moon, Tinashe. After storming her tower, which is harder than it sounds unless you're him, he proposes to her on the spot. She rejects him but says she'll come with him for a year and help him find a cure.
俺はお前が結婚してくれればそれでいいんだが。
断りましたよね、それ。
I actually had a really good time with this one, and I would have had an even better time if the anime studio followed the source material more correctly. Even though he has facial expressions of a brick wall, Oscar is a prince who doesn't just sit around crying about his curse. He actually goes up to a legendary witch and says, "Marry me." It's kind of nice to have a guy like that. Tinashe is also amazing and obviously carries the entire show. She's ancient but acts like a modern teen. While some anime drag their feet, these two actually commit to making things work.
エリアナ嬢、あなたは私の隣で本を読んでいるだけでいいよ。
殿下の朗読係に選ばれた。
私と婚約してほしいんだ。
The bibliophile princess? More like a book-reading fiancé. Eliana Bernstein agrees to be Prince Christopher's betrothed purely for the royal library's perks. Zero romance involved. She's a noble who'd rather curl up with a novel than deal with court drama, and their arrangement is strictly practical. But when another girl catches the prince's eye, Eliana starts wondering if her cozy reading days are numbered, leading to some unexpected emotional chapters.
殿下が私のために。嬉しい。
This show is a nice surprise if you want a little lighthearted, slow-paced romance. Christopher isn't just a typical prince. He's patient and genuinely curious about Eliana's bookish world, which makes their slow-burn love story totally believable. The way they gradually open up about their true feelings, moving past their formal arrangement, is both sweet and satisfying. Come on, that's why we love shows like this.
どこにそういうの見られても平気なわけ。
男？あんたはただの使い魔でしょうが。
何？
Time for a male POV again, and before you folks grab your pitchforks, I've said time and time again that the princess is the best girl of the show, and I will proudly die on this hill. In a world of wands and crowns, Louise Francois Leblanc de la Valliere is a mage who can't cast spells. Her classmates mock her as Louise the Zero. At her elite magic academy, students must summon familiars, and Louise's attempt goes boom, literally. When the dust clears, a Japanese boy named Saito Hiraga appears, instantly becoming her slave. But a mysterious brand on his hand hints he's something more, and little by little, more girls start to get involved.
黙ってりゃかなり可愛いのにさ。
何？
いや別に。
This is like someone throwing chaos right at your face, and I honestly loved watching this mess unfold. Saito's reactions to being treated like dirt are hilarious, and Louise's tantrums are way more fun than her whole zero reputation suggests. Seeing her slowly prove there's more to her than bickering makes her way better than an annoying Sudre. But once again, the princess steals the spotlight. Don't forget, the princess is the best girl.
少しいたずらしてみようかしら。私が主導権を握ろうとしたらどう出るの？
Riche Irmgard Weitzner is dumped and disowned, but before she's here before, 6 times actually. Each life ended catastrophically. So her 7th loop, she just wants peace. But fate has other plans when the crown prince, Arnold Hein, who killed her in a past life, proposes on the spot. To secure a quiet life, Riche must accept and uncover what drives this crazy maniac, hoping to stop a war before it starts.
どうぞ。あなたの婚約者をお披露目ください。
Yes, it's the villainous and the time loop story, but I feel like this, like a lot of villainous anime I recommend, brings something new to the table. Riche isn't a damsel, she's a strategist who uses skills from 6 past lives to outmaneuver everyone. Her chemistry with Arnold is top tier. They're 2 powerhouses who challenge each other, not just swoon around each other. The political drama is also pretty smart, so if you want some royal politics mixed with romance story, give this one a go.
大半夜巡逻不穿戎装，却只是上身披的那么奇怪的长褂， 难不成你是在偷人？
Here's a show where the palace is less about politics and more about which royal is secretly pining for you. When Kehan Yunsheng's arranged marriage to Ye Yoming looks like a one-way ticket of misery, her dad pulls an insane switcheroo. He summons his banished firstborn, Kehan Yunji, who's been surviving alone on a mountain with some wild powers, to take her sister's place. Now walking into a lion's den of family drama and a cold fiancé, Kehan Yunji's life is about to get massively complicated.
太好了，你是我的了。
放手，离我远点。
Now, if you couldn't guess it from the tongue twister names, this is a Chinese anime. Oh, man, this story is pretty great, and I'm a sucker for enemies to lovers romances. Ye Yuming starts off giving Yungji the absolute cold shoulder, even banishing her from his palace, but his deal with it attitude crumbles fast. It's that classic enemies to lovers march where the prickly exterior just cracks to reveal someone who's totally charmed by her boldness.
殿下のことが好きで好きで仕方ないから嫉妬してしまっていることも。
好き？誰が？
In a lot of stories, a normal guy gets dropped into a video game world, but here, something weirder happens. Two high schoolers, Endo and Kobayashi, end up talking to people who live inside an otame game. In that game, the villainess, Liselette, is supposed to die. The students know the story already, so they start warning the characters and try to stop that bad ending. That simple idea sets everything moving.
リセさん、いや、リーゼロッテにチューの一つもしてみてください。
チュー？チューとは？
Prince Siegwald hears the voices and quickly decides they must be gods. He also acts like the perfect shiny prince from every shoujo story. Instead of ignoring them, he listens carefully and uses their tips about the game's plot. With that help, he tries to steer events away from Liselette's doomed ending. Watching a player world and a game world talk back and forth makes the story fun and different to watch. And besides, it's nice to see the chemistry between the real world characters as well as the game characters.
あなたのお名前は？
名前？
名しじゃ呼べないでしょ？
ラン。要は、いや、私はラン・シュウエイ。
Ever wanted to teach a slacker emperor how to rule? Meet Shure, a brilliant but broke noblewoman whose dream is a government job. I know that doesn't sound very fun, but to her, it is. When the palace offers her a 6-month gig as the new emperor's consort for some serious cash, she takes it. She has one mission: whip the young ruler, Ryuki, into shape. My guy's more interested in avoiding his duties, and ladies, than being a king.
商家がよく持ってくる手作りまんじゅうと同じ味がする。私の一番好きなまんじゅうだ。
ありがとう。
Man, I don't understand why this show doesn't get much love nowadays. Shure is the Mao Mao before Mao Mao was even born, and her chemistry with each character is even more enjoyable. Besides, Shure isn't here for just a palace romance. She's got bigger ambitions and the brain power to back them up. Watching her navigate court politics and slowly turn the young, clumsy Ryuki into a legitimate leader is super satisfying. Shure is like the best girl of the show, and this royal romance anime is super satisfying.
さあ来い。私の運命。
遠路はるばるご苦労だった。
Yep, this is that romance anime where a Sun King and a Rain Princess swap weather reports for love. In the Sun Kingdom, folks have never seen rain, but King Livius, a total conqueror in 3 years flat, needs it. He drags Princess Nike from the Rain Dukedom to be his queen. But forget the rumors of a cruel tyrant, he's actually a total soft with a soft side to him. And Nike's a tomboy who isn't easily intimidated.
それに夫婦が一緒に寝るのは当然だろう。
このませがき。
I know this show starts off slow, but it had me hooked way more than I expected. Nike isn't some damsel. She literally scolds a world conqueror and watches their polar opposite dynamics spark is pretty addictive. The story is strong and just keeps charming you, and the character art is surprisingly crisp, especially how the rain and clouds look. If you felt the first episode was boring, give the next 2 episodes a try, and then you'll start to enjoy the show.
その花がお好きなのですか？
はい。
あなたの名前は？
We're bringing Shakespeare back with this one, gents. On the floating continent of Neo Verona, the Montague family murders the Capulets and takes the throne. The sole survivor, Juliet Capulet, is hidden for 14 years. She now fights oppression as the vigilante Red Whirlwind, where she meets Romeo Montague, the kind of son of the tyrant. And just like in the original story, they are unaware of the family's bloody history, and they instantly fall in love.
あなたの名を呼びたいから。
ジュリエット。
ジュリエット。
I totally binged this show, and wow, the whole star-crossed lovers trope is turned up to 11 here. And I honestly like the whole twist of Juliet being a badass and Romeo being the Suzaku from Code Geass. The way they hide their identities from each other creates some really funny near misses and dramatic reveals. It's got that classic setup, got that perfect cast of characters, and an even more perfect execution.
迎えに来てくれたこと言って足りるものじゃないけどありく
5秒でいい。十分だ。
And we're finishing off with peak fiction. I know this show's old, but I still love it. Shirayuki, a red-haired herbalist, gets unwanted royal attention from Prince Raji, who wants her as a concubine. Cutting her hair and fleeing, she meets Prince Zen of Clarinets. To repay his help, she aims to become the royal court's herbalist and decides to help Prince Zen with his royal duties.
赤ってのは運命の色のことを言うんだろ。今は厄介なだけでも案外いいものに繋がってるかもしれないぞ。
This show is a breath of fresh air. Shirayuki isn't waiting for rescue, she's actively carving her own path. And even though the plot makes her sound like a damsel in distress, she actually isn't. But more than anything, I love chemistry. Their support for each other's ambitions is genuinely sweet, and the world feels lived in, not just a pretty backdrop. Like I said, this is still one of my favorite rom-com animes, so give this one a go.